Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine.
Abiodun Oshinibosi had a not too fantastic upbringing. We had something like being a conductor or something like that, Yeah, so how did you overcome that those days of humble beginnings to get to where you are today?
Okay, so we give glory to God for the grace. Okay, I must give it to my mom's sister. I stayed with her from when I was 3 to about 14. So I'll say those formative years was with her, and she's a very religious, God-fearing person. So for me, I enjoyed that upbringing with her while growing up with her. And those values actually strengthened me. Okay, I was the only boy at that point. My parents had 3 boys. We have 4 boys and 1 girl. So at the point that I was there, my sister wasn't around. They were not giving birth to her yet. So we had 4 boys. And my mom's sister had girls, so she needed boys. So they seeded me as seed to her to go and ensure that she has a boy. But if I'm there, maybe they would have a male child. Okay, so I grew up with her, and to be honest, the Christian values that she had actually is what I'm celebrating as value today. Okay, so at those points that my parents were going through difficult times, my faith was strong that we will come out of it, and can only come out of it as one. Okay, it was a difficult period at that phase. My mom had stroke. My dad has lost his job and all of that. He went into business, it didn't work, and things were just everywhere scattered, you know. So the means of survival was to manage my dad's pickup at that point, and we're applying my 12, get to my 12. We'll go to the market, they will fill up the pickup, me I will be the one offloading, loading, and assisting him, and we'll do that route basically. So those were challenging times, but I actually went through it strong because of my faith that we're going to come out of it. I did that it was shortly after my SSC. It was shortly after my SSC. So in Ogba, where I had my WAEC, I'll be seeing my friends and I'll be dodging. But after a while, when I couldn't dodge, pick up, it doesn't have cover. So where do you want to dodge? If you dodge like this, another person is seeing you. But it was fun. I was able to go through it because of my faith that it was just for a short time, and it was a short time indeed. We are grateful that it was a very short time.
All right. So, what would you say was the greatest lesson that you learned on the street as a boss boy? What was the greatest lesson you learned back then? That you're following
So
that pickup bus.
I'm sure you know Naira Marley song. This Naira Marley song, the Bawa Mama Wear, the Bawa Mama. So in the streets, if you do anyhow, you don't see anyhow. So that's a great lesson for me. I respect people. Okay, I respect people, and integrity is also key. this a lot. There is honors amongst thieves. Okay, so whatever you are doing, even while for positive, whatever you are doing, let integrity stand you out. Okay, let it stand you out. I work with clients. I work with a lot of people now, and it gladdens my heart when they say you can trust that boy. You can trust that boy. You can trust that boy. So what I've learned is honesty. Just be honest on that part. It might not pay you because when you are too honest, they take it for granted. They do all of this. Some would actually cheat you. You understand? But that doesn't change the truth from being the truth. Okay? So integrity and honesty, baby.
Interesting. Interesting. So, how do you feel about where God has brought you today, considering your days of little beginnings?
Honestly, I feel very humbled, and that's why what I did during my last birthday was just to celebrate God's uniqueness and love towards me. Okay, and that's why I had to tell that story. See this boy, this conductor at the time, this boy that good. Honestly, I'll tell you one truth today, and you know my girlfriend now.
Yes, I do.
At one point during those periods that we're going through all of those issues, so I had a new fan that I just bought. I had not installed it. Okay, and Mike just moved to Akute. He just got a flat. So Jide is my own friend. Jide stays with his brother that stays in the same building where Mike just moved into. And so he now told me that Mike wants to go and get a fan. You understand? Me, I now told him, I need money. This fan, I just bought it. I've not installed it. I've not done anything. Let's go and sell it to him, though. So we went to go and meet Mike. And Mike now said, why do you want to sell your fan? How much is it? At that point, it was 500 naira. Mike gave me that 500 naira. I said, go and keep your fan, Joe. You understand?
Mm.
So those are things that gives me joy today. That we've been through all of those periods, and today we can also sow into people's lives.
Interesting. Interesting. I like this story that you just told me about. Now, a lot of people talk about Abese humility and generosity. How did you cultivate those two beautiful attributes?
Honestly, I don't know how, but I just know that you have to be good. You know, I've been through a phase in my life where I knew how difficult it is to get a meal. I'm not saying decent meal, to just get a meal. You understand? So today, that consciousness is still very fresh. That you have today, some people don't have. You know, and that's genuinely they don't have. There are a lot of people that are faking it, yeah, but genuinely some people don't have. And the little that we spend can actually be the survival link that is needed for them to move from one point to another. So that's what keeps me going in that space. They say this boy is generous, this boy is illegal. I just know that at every point in time, somebody is saying to you.
Okay.
Yes.